I want to take a few minutes and talk with you about Expand Your Influence, where it came from, and how it might be helpful to you. Expand Your Influence grew out of 7 practices I used to get what I call get a hearing. I lacked the gift of being famous. I didn't have a big organization, a PR machine. I didn't have a lot of connections, or at least I didn't think I had a lot of connections. And further complicated, I was in the meaning-making business. I've been fascinated by trying to help people emotionally, spiritually, those kinds of things to make meaning in their lives. And when you do that, you're very careful about when you're selling self, not wanting to sell your soul. So that added some levels of complication to the whole idea of getting a hearing. I wrote my first book a number of years ago without a publisher, without knowing anything about it, and happened to be in an online forum preceding the Facebook days with someone who happened to be a VP at Christianity Today. I asked him if he would meet me for coffee at a conference we were going to a couple months later, which he did. And while we were having coffee, a friend of his happened to walk by who was a book agent to whom he introduced me, and that was how I got my first book published. Since then, I've published 5 books. I've been on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, been featured in USA Today, and I have been interviewed on national TV and radio shows. I say that not to promote myself, but to simply explain to you how someone who lacked the gift of being famous found their way into a much higher level of getting attention. And this is what themselves. And so over the last years, I've been coaching people, one of whom is my friend and business partner, Jeff Smith, who is going to explain to you some things that we've developed to help make Expand Your Influence even more practical. Jeff.
Hi, my name's Jeff Smith. I met Jim through Seattle U. He was my field advisor in my graduate program. And so I got to watch him for a couple of years expand his own influence, help me get some traction for some of my ideas. But when I graduated from Seattle U in 2009, I really didn't know how to do it on my own. How do you take an idea? How do you start a business? How do you get traction for what you're trying to do? And I would watch Jim and sort of see how he would do it, but I didn't really have my feet on the ground as to how to do that. And I'm a math coach, basketball coach, math teacher. And so about a year ago, we came up with an actual visual aid, something you could write down on paper and chart your access and your influence and other gatekeepers' access and their influence. And so it gave me really a concrete piece of paper that I could write down, track where I was, where they were, how I could actually get to them and get access, give my attention away so that they would give their attention to me. And as soon as that happened, the light went on for me. All the other 7 practices really fell into place, and I could always go back to something that was solid, concrete, written down, and recalibrate. And so after doing that for a while with Jim and seeing the power of it for myself, I really came to him and said, this is something we got to get to other people, try to formalize and make into something where we can actually train or teach people how to do this.
So the next question then would be, is Expand Your Influence for you? Is this something that is worth the investment of your time and money? Because it is going to take work and it's actual practices. First of all, one of the simple way you can answer that is if you are looking for a program that's going to get you to Hawaii next week with the yachts and the girls in bikinis, etc., Expand Your Influence is not for you. If, however, you'd like to get a meeting, get help, get a hearing, then we think Expand Your Influence could prove to be very helpful to you. Perhaps you have a book that you're trying to get published. Perhaps you're a young person like Jeff, and you're trying to move your career forward. You're trying to meet people, you're trying to get a hearing. Perhaps, like a number of women we've met, you've hit a glass ceiling, you don't know how to get around it. You have an idea, an event, a project, you're trying to raise money for your nonprofit. Any of those things that involve connecting with people, that's what Expand Your Influence addresses. This is not a cheerleading experience. We are not book agents. We're not we're not publishers. We are people who will train you in the art of attention, both getting it and giving it. Because it turns out that human beings are attention junkies. We just can't get enough of it. And when you start learning the art of giving attention away, you also will discover that doors will open for you that you previously thought were closed. And you'll also see that there's people like right in front of you that you didn't know were there, just like I did with my friend from Christianity Today. So if Expand Your Influence is something that you're interested in, you can check out our website for more information. This is a private launch group. We are not opening this up to the public yet. And it is a closed group just for our friends and the people that they refer to us. This launch group will begin in October, and we're taking signups right now until September 25th. Minimum number for the group will be 10 people. And if we don't reach that goal, then we're not going to do the group. But if we do, we'll announce it right away, and we can take more people. So if you think this is for you, check out our website and sign up today and tell your friends about it as well. And we look forward to seeing you in Expand Your Influence. Thanks.